Hey everybody, Dirili here. This video is mostly to let people know how much completely new material they can expect in this version of Hakuoki Kyoto Winds here. But I'll also talk about a few extra points as well since I'm here. It's taken me quite a while to get to this, I know, but I really did read as fast as I could as I have to record while I'm reading or the order gets all messed up when I try to go back and do it because of the skip function. So as pretty much everybody knows by now, Kyoto Winds is only the first half of the game. The second half of the game will be called Edo Blossoms, and that has no official release date as of yet. But it should be, I believe they should be coming up with that soon, hopefully. So each character's story breaks in the middle, to be continued when the next game comes out. I can't say if you have to own the first game to reach the route completion in order to play the second half of the character's route in the new game or not. But really, you do want to own the first one anyway, because you'll be lost in the story, especially if you are going after any of the new guys. The 6 original guys have a little bit of new material since they had to write scenes for the breaking point rather than just dropping those stories off in the middle of nowhere. They've also included some of the scenes from Zoisoroku, so if you haven't played the PS3 version Stories of the Shinsengumi and read those, then you can read some of them in Kyoto Winds. They've been inserted into the character routes, not all of them though. So you can't consider this as being all-inclusive of all the Hakuoki materials released in English thus far, because some of these Zoisoroku materials are not going to be in this game. For the 3 guys who were originally unplayable, but now have roots, Sanin, Nagakura, and Yamazaki, well, the game ends at the end of Chapter 5, and Chapter 5 is where the exclusive route begins, so you barely get anything for these 3 in Kyoto Winds. As you can see from my videos, after reading the common route, Sanin has 3 videos to his name. And half that first video was the common route, and half of his last video was his bad endings, so technically, he really only had 2 episodes, or about an hour's worth of reading material. And that's reading out loud. If you're reading in your head, you're probably reading 2 or 3 times faster than that. There was very little extra for him before you split off into his route though. As I mentioned earlier, some scenes from Zoisoroku were in there. So if you hadn't played those, then those have been added to the route and those will be new to you. So most likely it's going to be that same situation for Nagakura and Yamazaki as well. So now let's talk about the 3 brand new guys. If you play the other Hakuoki games, this is where the bulk of the value of this game is for you, as far as new stuff goes. Compared to Sanin's approximately 1 hour of new reading material, Ryoma Sakamoto has 5 hours of reading material after rooting out a bunch of the common route material from reading Sanin first. That 5 hours includes some alternate common route material as well, but really a good huge chunk of that 5-hour period is actually Sakamoto's story. So I imagine it'll be about the same for Iba and Soma as well. Kazuma is a special case, as his route has been extended into a full route for this game, but I don't know just how much has been added for him. I won't know until I actually get around to reading him, so sorry, but I don't have those details quite yet. Originally, I was very unhappy thinking that we would barely have anything new in this game, but with the 3 new guys, they have enough writing in there to satisfy me for now while I wait for the second half, personally. Now, as far as the upgrades go, this is a step up from the PSP graphically, for sure, but not as good and sharp as the PS3 version. I think they overdid it with the texture filter, making it a little bit too grainy. There was lip syncing when the guys talked for both this and PS3. However, in Kyoto Winds, the guys just open and close their mouths at a regular pace, whereas in the PS3 version, it was a bit more varied, so it gave off a better illusion of the character actually speaking. Plus, in the PS3 version, the characters breathed and swayed a bit on screen, so they kind of looked a little bit more alive. Well, and in both versions, they blink. But, yeah, the PS3 version is the only one where they actually breathe and stuff. They don't do the breathing or swaying at all in Kyoto Winds. Neither feature really bothers me that much, it's just something I noticed, so I thought I'd mention it. Part of the upgrade was redesigning some of the character outfits, and personally, I liked a few of them, but most of them I felt looked better in their original incarnation because they were pretty well put together. With these new outfits, my biggest problem with the ones that I don't like is the color schemes. The colors don't harmonize very well on some of these outfits, and it actually makes some of the stars look more like they should be side characters. But again, that's my opinion. Oh, and lastly, I think they used the translations from the old games for the old material, so that was good, because those were good translations. But translations for the new materials have a fair amount of mistakes in them. It's not a horrible catastrophe like some games we can mention as of late, or a lot of mobile otome games out there, but it has its share of problems, as you can see from some of these lines I'm posting up here. Hopefully they'll have some better translations for Edo Blossom, since there'll be a lot more new stuff in that one. Alright, well, I'm off to make another video, so I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.